I was just saying, I think it'd be okay to do it either way, because if we did it at Gen 3, then Gen 1 is still fairly fresh in our minds.
Yeah.
So it could be a closer comparison as opposed to doing it like
way later
after we finish Gen 9 in like 6 years. You know what I mean?
Oh my word, that's so funny. Gentlemen, I come before you today a changed man. We have seen the light at the end of the Pokeball, and also beat the game, and also I'm trying to keep my son calm. These are all these things and more we will discuss on the final episode of the Gen 1 Pokemon podcast. Can you tell we're all more tired than we were the last time? All right, boys, are you ready to do this?
Sure.
Indeed.
Okay. The enthusiasm gone, life drained from our... Alright, so, yeah, we beat it this time, and I think that was nice. When we last left off, two of us had gotten 6 gems, and one of us had missed one, and spoilers, things might have been missed by that same individual this time again. It might be a new running theme, who knows? Stay tuned to find out. Alright.
I blame Pikachu.
You do blame Pikachu. Alright, so, memes and awkwardness aside, we beat the last 2. We had 2 gyms and the Elite Four, and that was really all we ended up having done. I guess laying cards on the table right now, how did you guys feel about this last section compared to where we were the last time? Christian, I'm gonna bother you first. What's your let's lay our cards on the table. What's your overall impressions of this last little quarter of the game?
The quarter excuse me. The quarter overall was good. I thoroughly enjoyed. Oh, well, maybe enjoyed is a little too nice of a word. I was thoroughly challenged by the Elite Four because I forgot that at the end you also battle your rival. So I barely got through the 4, and then I had to battle my rival, so that I had to try again a few times.
You had some unique rules we'll get into in a minute, right?
Yes, I had self-inflicted pain. But overall, it was good. It was good.
Nice. Austin, speaking of self-inflicted pain, what are your thoughts overall on this last quarter?
I commend the game for not being a pushover. I can't really knock the game itself for my own tribulations playing through this. As you said, self-inflicted pain. Pikachu by himself is not cut out for this game. He is a miserable little mouse that offers nothing. And Giovanni absolutely stopped me and never got past him.
Oh no, so one of us didn't beat the game. We had talked about this. We already knew this. We're not exactly completionists, but I'm memeing a little bit on you, Austin, but I don't blame you. I actually looked up. I'll link giving future David editing. Woohoo! More pain for the future David. I'll link a video, but we found a video of someone who actually did beat Yellow with only a Pikachu, and you had to max grind to max level and go back and find these specific moves and then just pray to God that you got lucky, basically, is what it looked like, right?
Yeah, essentially. And I did not want to put that time in.
Yeah, you just told me, you're like, nope. And I'm like, I don't blame you. I don't pay you enough for this, because I pay you nothing. So, yeah. So, you had a negative experience, but it wasn't necessarily, you're not like, the game sucks. You're like, well, I guess, how are you feeling again? You kind of said it, but just to reiterate.
Yeah, I don't blame the game at all, because this is a self-imposed challenge, and to be honest, I almost want to give an extra point to the game for not being such a pushover where I can do a stupid meme like that. Like most other Pokemon games, I can do the exact same Chosen One strategy and have absolutely zero issues no matter what. And this game said, no, screw you, we're going to shove your face in the mud if you try to do this. And I commend it.
You know, that is a good point, actually, that there's something to be said that it's not like, oh, you can do whatever you want, just play, it's like, no, we want you to actually, like, play an interface with the game, and you're like, nope, and it's like, okay, then you're done, and you're like, I guess I am. I
underestimated its power.
that 1998 or 6, game hits different, yo. I'm gonna be honest. I am less hot on this part than I have every other part. Every other part, I've kind of ended feeling pretty optimistic and pretty like, dude, I'm pumped to play more. And I kept telling y'all, like, man, I hate that we had to quit so we could do the podcast. I was ready to be done, to be honest. Not like this was awful horrible, but I felt like, I think the biggest thing was I'd finally collected all my team at the end of the last round. So there was one of the biggest draws for me was collecting those team members that I really wanted. And I was done with that. And then the Mons I was fighting, like, it was taking so much effort. Austin, you won't have much to say about this, but Christian, I'm curious about you. My last 2 members, which were, I think Little Monica and Omletta, the Doe trio, and then I wanted it to be an Executor. I had no use for them this entire last quarter. There just wasn't enough time or reason to grind them up. It took so long before I could get them on my team that there wasn't really much to do with them, and I left kind of with a slightly, not overall in the game, but it was a little bit bittersweet feeling like I finally collected that team and I just didn't have a use for 2 of them. Did you have any similar experiences with your end-game finds that you caught, Christian?
I definitely did. I had 2 Pokemon that didn't reach their final evolutions. Hot Dog, my Growlithe, he never became an Arcanine. And then Chowder, my Shelder, never evolved either. The highest either of them got was level 33, which at the end of the game is not helpful at all. So they just kind of took up space.
Yeah. Like, were those the last 2 that you caught, or among the last 2?
Those were the last 2.
Yeah. So you ran into the same. Actually, I'm curious, Austin. I'm kind of catching you off guard here, and you may be away and not know. But do you have a rough estimate of where your Pikachu ended up when you quit at that 8th gym?
What do you mean by ended up like level?
Oh, level wise. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 67.
Okay, yeah, I just find that interesting. So your solo round is 60. Yeah, I, by the 8th gym, was mostly 43s and then, like, 2 low 30s. So yeah, I know that wasn't a part of your experience, Austin, but I am noticing a flaw that I feel like the end game of this, there wasn't much to do. I know I'm jumping a little bit ahead of myself, but like I worked so hard to collect these Mons, and I was really excited to have this full 6 team because I've never really done that before and feel like I have a full diverse team of Pokemon, and it just wasn't. There wasn't time. There wasn't time to level them up. There wasn't a reason to level them up, and there wasn't really like an easy way to level them up either. It just kind of felt like I was gonna have to sit and grind for no reason when I could not easily, but I could beat the Elite Four without really needing, a full team of 6. So I commend that it does seem to have hit a decent middle point in the difficulty where, like Austin was saying, you mentioned you can't just meme run it, but also I didn't need to expert it. I didn't need a full team of 6 to beat it. Like I would have been more mad if it made me sit there and grind. I guess I just wish that some of the really cool Pokemon I liked weren't so late in the game when there wasn't anything I could do with them. I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I would definitely agree to that. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't say no.
I was just gonna add in, like, building on that, what would you add to the game to fix that, in your own opinion?
I don't know that I would add more per se, but I might have spread out early, like the really cool Mons earlier in the game. Like, I felt like I was going a long time. Like, I wouldn't add, like, half the Pokemon, and it's not just the ones I wanted, but half the Pokemon don't show up until, like, after Gym 5 or 6. and there's not much to do after Gym 5 or 6. Like, I would have maybe added some of those bigger puzzles that weren't gyms, and I would have pushed them a little bit later in the game, or at least given you the opportunity. Because again, I ran straight for those areas as soon as I could to get them too. It wasn't like I piddled around and then went and got them later. Like, the moment I could get the Pokemon that I wanted, I went immediately to them and grabbed them. And there was really only like 2 dungeons and 3 boss fights left after I could collect them, and I just felt like that wasn't a ton. So I don't think it's so much adding content to the game as much as it is like maybe rearranging the pacing of the game would be something I would do.
I think that's a really good point.
I don't know. But yeah, I guess I did jump a little bit ahead. We, going play by play. What did you guys think of the Strength Cave? I'm curious about that, because that was kind of the first thing we did after. Well, Austin had to go back and fight the Psychic type gym, right?
Yes.
I guess I'll
painful as well, but not nearly as painful as Giovanni. I did have to rely on some RNG to not be double hit by Psychic, but as long as I could avoid that, I could pretty much destroy his Pokemon at least. Unlike Giovanni, where I could literally not do anything against it.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that's good. But then we went to the Strength Cave, right? So, Christian, what was your experience with the Strength Cave?
My biggest issue with the Strength Cave was just finding my way around it. I don't know. I feel like it took longer for me than it should have to find my way out. I felt like I kept on walking back to the same area I had just been in, and maybe it's just I wasn't paying enough attention as I was going through it. But it took a lot more than I thought it was going to.
How long?
Which kept it interesting.
How long do you feel like it took you?
It'd be an over-exaggeration to say days, but that's what it felt like.
Wow.
It didn't actually take me days. I honestly don't even know. I just know it felt so long. It probably wasn't that long at all, realistically, but it felt like it just took forever. It felt like the longest part of the game for me.
Interesting. My notes here say Strength Cave is my favorite puzzle in the game so far, which probably means that it was the most difficult, because I have played this in the remake, so the fact that I even felt some challenge from it when I've cleared at least the remake's version of it makes me think it was probably pretty difficult for someone who hasn't gone through it before. Maybe even too hard for a kid's game. But I had a lot of fun with it. I think the biggest trick is figuring out that you have to go down the holes instead of the ladders, and I feel like once I figured that out, it wasn't too bad in progression. Austin, any trials, tribulations in this cave for you?
Not too much. It was probably the puzzle that I spent the second longest amount of time on, but then again, I think it was only 35 minutes in there and I was out.
Whew, faster than me. So what was the first that you spent the most on?
The frickin' teleport building. I hated that place. I was in there for a solid 2 hours.
Misery, misery, misery. Oh, man. Oh, that's pretty fun. All right, so yeah. So I guess we're agreed that this is at least, even though we have different feelings on how challenging it was, we have a general agreement that this is maybe one of the more challenging puzzles in the game. Good that they put it at the end. Any feelings on like the swim kind of before or after it? Any strong feelings there? Just kind of more trainers, yay?
At least in my case, with only a Pikachu and I didn't bring any PP restores, it was very close making it to the end with only a Pikachu.
In one go? Because I had to go back and forth.
I did it in one go.
Oh my gosh, I went back and forth and healed like a bunch of times. Of course, I had a Charizard, but still.
Thankfully, I was like strong against everything.
Yeah.
At least in the water swimming part, because I just zapped everything to death. But I barely got by with maybe 2 uses of quick attack left by the time I reached the Poké Center at the end. It was real close.
1 go. I cannot believe that. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's impressive.
Christian, I assume you're gonna tell me Billy did everything and was wonderful, right?
Yes, Billy. I love Billy. He and Spencer, my psychic type, carried me for the very end. They were hard carries just because they had the most tight matches. So that definitely, looking at the stats, you can tell that they carried because they are significantly higher levels than anybody else on my team.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, no problems for you guys. It was just attrition for me. I think that's it's one of the strengths and one of the weaknesses of Pokemon is you can kind of attrition your way through anything if you work hard enough. Like, Austin, even yours, that guy did eventually RNG attrition his way through it. And so on the one hand, it's kind of nice that's like, you know what, if you work hard enough, or not even work hard, if you just spend enough time, you can eventually brute force your way through stuff instead of like working with the systems how they want. But like, also it means that like you have to ask yourself, do I change my playstyle or do I just keep brute forcing it? So like I just kept going back to the Poké Center and healing, even though I was just using like non-ideal Pokemon trying to train them up. So it can kind of lead to these situations where it gives you the room to make the game frustrating. At least I felt that way, especially in this last bit. But yeah, so then we all made it to Blaine and the mansion. And there's an interesting story development. I can't even finish it straight. Did you guys read the journals about Mewtwo in there though?
Nope.
I went through and read them, yeah.
Okay. What are any strong thoughts or feelings about that, or is that like neat?
I think it was neat. It definitely felt like they put it in there to add like more backstory to it, which is definitely what they did. But I doubt most people would have gone through and read them if they hadn't played it before, if they hadn't just like seen it, but like what does this do, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I guess I think it's neat. I like a little bit of storytelling there, but it also feels a little bit to me like too little too late. Like I'm expected to care about the story that hasn't existed now, you know, a little bit. But I think the game is better for its inclusion. I don't think it's worse off or anything. Like I don't think this, but I guess I just wish it makes me, even though I appreciate it, it makes me wish that there was more stuff like that and a bit more of a narrative. I'm feeling the lack of narrative in this game, and I know that's just how it is. That's how these games are. But it just made me feel like breath of fresh air, and I'm like, oh, there could have been story, and there wasn't. But I'm glad it's there. And then there was another little puzzle that I thought was kind of fun. I didn't have any strong feelings about this. Did either of you? It's like, this is a mansion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me just skip ahead here. Did anyone have any strong feelings about really anything in this last quarter?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go this time.
Oh, okay. I think the thing that was probably the most strong feelings I had was just the shock of Professor Oak's first words at the very end of the game, when he just like comes up to his grandson and says, "You're a failure." That I did not remember and was not expecting.
Yeah. This game didn't pull its punches. You know, back in the day, the Pokemon's had a little bit more of a rough edge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon because that's the end. But yeah, so we rushed through. We beat Blaine. I had to beat Blaine twice because my game didn't save. I didn't like that, but that's not the game's fault. It's because it didn't save, so that's my own fault. But I was sad. We beat Blaine, and you just go on back to your home, and then you just go on to the gym. Like there's supposed to be a little bit of a twist. It's like, ooh, the 8th gym member who's been missing this whole time. Actually, it's the mob boss you've been fighting, and like, neat, I guess, but like, Again, I think I just felt decently not invested, knowing how little was left and how little there was left to do with my Pokemon, and I was kind of just ready for it to be over. So I just barreled through him, really without any problems.
Must be nice.
Yeah, sorry. But he was the end. How many times did you go after him, Austin, before you finally called it?
Was in the 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my word. That's so many. I think I beat him 1 try or maybe 2, but it was quick. What about you? I assume as grass, that's pretty good against ground type, right?
Yeah, grass, it was no contest.
Nice. I think, oh yeah, so then I just went to the Elite Four straight after that. I didn't detour, I didn't do a victory lap, I just was like, I'm ready to be done. I'm gonna even admit, I was largely using fast forward on the emulator at this point, because I was just like, again, like, I don't dislike it, but I was just like, I feel like I've done everything in this game that I really wanted to. I was ready to be done, so I ran on through. Although I did have one, asked earlier, what were strong feelings, and Christian gave me an answer. Here was my one thing I had strong feelings. I did literally laugh out loud when you are passing by and they're checking badges, and there's one person checking badges who's just like on a water tube. There's like a guard just like swimming with a tube just in the middle of the lake, who's like, hey, do you have a badge? And I'm like, does that guard just sit there like in a water tube all day? That's your job. So I did think that was pretty amazing, gonna be honest. All right, so then we got to the Elite Four. At this point, we have left Austin firmly behind, unfortunately. I am sorry. There was Victory Road. I don't remember. I think there were more pushing puzzles, right? I think that's the only thing I remember. It's like Strength Cave 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
But it's fine. There's nothing too cool about it, but you do it, and then you get to the Elite Four. We both had, Christian and you and I both had some interesting challenges we set out for ourselves. My challenge was I was trying to keep all of my Pokemon under 50. And I did. When I beat the Elite Four, I had my Jolteon Brody at 49. Little Monica was 32. That was the Dodrio. And then my Execute, whatever the unevolved one, my Omeletta was 37. Barbara Manatee, the Slowbro, was 47. Vasher was 46. And Lander was 46. So, again, I had 2 that were just basically not used at all. But I did manage it even with 50. I did say I got cocky and lost once, where I wasn't even swapping out my Pokemon, and I did have to swap out once against Lance. But I think my final notes were it was pretty underwhelming. Omeletta and Little Monica were never even useful. That was an interesting. Lander felt constantly underpowered, even though he's my starter. And in other games, Charizard's like dope. I never felt like Charizard was like really strong. I always felt like it was Vasher, the Sandslash, and Brody, the Jolteon, who were really hard carrying me. Oh, and Barbara Manatee. I was pretty glad to be done. You do get the opportunity. I guess we'll talk about that. There's an opportunity to do the post game, and I'll talk about what's in the post game after this. But I don't think any of us chose to engage with the post game. But Christian, you had a unique set of rules for yourself, and I'd like you to tell us that story and your experience.
Yeah, so probably my biggest rule for this final portion of the game was I set it out so that I couldn't use any kind of healing items when I was in a gym/boss area, because technically the Elite Four is not a gym, but I went through it with no healing items, no revives, nothing like that. Not even between battles, which resulted in some difficulties because Billy is strong against water types, but weak against ice. So the first fight almost always took out Billy. I think the very last time that I got through it, they didn't take out Billy, so I was able to use him in the second gym battle. But the biggest difficulty I had was the third Elite Four member with the Ghost and Psychic types. Ultimately, the first Gengar that she had would wipe out just about all of my team, and then when I'm down to my last Pokemon, I would defeat all of her Pokemon and her last Gengar, but not before that last Gengar used Toxic. And I can't use healing items, I can't undo poison, so I'm stuck poison for the next two battles with one Pokemon left, and that was the most frustrating thing because I couldn't do anything. I just had to hope I could one shot or take out their Pokemon before the poison killed me. And I don't even know how many times I had to go through it.
Oof. Yeah, that's pretty rough, but you did manage eventually.
I did.
What was your final, your levels on your team?
So Spencer, my Hypno, he ended up hard carrying with his psychic moves at 68. Ultimately, Dream, Hypnosis, and then Dream Eater was the best combination that I could have done. Because not only was it put them to sleep and then hit them hard, but it also healed him. So it was a move that would heal him as opposed to me using a potion, so that was allowed.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was just I wouldn't use any exterior items, but like he learned those moves on his own. I didn't use TMs for him. And then Billy, my Venusaur, was level 55. My Nidoking, Nido Burrito, was 49. My Farfetch'd Ducks was 45. Hot Dog, my Growlithe, was 30. And Chowder, my Shelter, was 33.
Nice. That's a pretty fun team. All right. And did you feel, and your feelings of elation and accomplishment as you finally get it, were the rules worth it in the end? Do you regret your challenge?
I feel like the challenge made it more interesting, because I feel like I would have breezed through with healing items. It definitely made it more of a challenge, and it helped it not be so much of just kind of flying through it.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I can understand that. I had to use healing items between because there's no universe where I'm getting through with my under 50 Pokemon without healing items. But I guess I had a similar feeling. Austin, we've left you out of this for a bit, but given that you eventually had to quit, do you regret your challenge, or do you still not regret the experience, knowing that you had to quit at the last little leg of the race?
I have no regrets. Besides one, and that's pulling a Glock to my Pikachu. But beyond that, no regrets.
Pulling a Glock on your Pikachu? What?
Oh my word.
So, like, if you could go back and we were experiencing Gen 1 again, you don't wish, like, you had picked one of the other versions so you could have done it with, like a Blastoise or something?
I bet if I picked any other Pokemon except Pikachu, I would have had a much better time.
Nice. So you don't really regret the challenge, but maybe the Pokemon that you picked.
Correct.
Okay. So if we could go back in time, you probably would do the challenge again, but you might pick a different first Pokemon.
Yeah, Pikachu is banned from my team going forward in all gens.
Well, what about if you could turn him into Raichu now?
No.
Okay. Austin's Pika was a mainstay on my team until I got Brody, is all I'm saying. Alright. So I guess that's overall.
Understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I'm going to challenge you. See if it showed up now. Dolan Malna wins the battle. It's showing
there
up.
it is.
Okay, there we go. Alright. And Christian, you're going to behold this battle too?
I am watching and prepared to be in awe.
Oh wow, hang on. This is really loud actually. What the heck?
I have music turned off.
How do I... I'm a professional. How do I stop this? Okay.
Not right.
I'm gonna...
Uh-huh.
There we go. We'll just turn that sucker right there. Okay. Are you ready to rumble?
Yes, and I just realized I forgot to still change the right thunder move, but oh well, who cares?
You know what? It'll be close enough.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Make your move, sir.
Zap.
Oh my gosh, critical! Oh no! Oh,
Rip omeletta.
oh gosh.
That's fine. Your
Oh,
next
that's
Pokemon will
terrible.
kill me. This is not gonna last. Oh, you're not gonna kill me right away. Okay, I see how it is. Zap.
Jeez Louise! Okay,
I know you have one that's just gonna one-shot me
I don't
or
know that
two-shot
that's
me.
true, actually, to be honest. Alright.
Oh well, yeah. This is gonna be a. It's gonna be a zap.
No! Oh, no! Okay, no,
Why'd
don't
you
worry.
put a bird?
I'm trying to get off. I'm just trying to get off anything, man. Where are the speeds?
This is going much quicker than I expected.
Hang on. Where's the speed? Isn't there like a speed stat? Frick.
Pikachu is a fast Pokemon, though.
Yeah, I
I
just
think.
need.
He's just squishy.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Not a
I'm just waiting for the one that one-shot me last time we did this as a test.
No,
It's not gonna last.
Hold on. Frick.
You're electric, though, so I can't just zap you.
Let's see what happens. Oh my word. Ha! No! No, I need so much more to happen than that. No! No! Austin's over here doom posting the entire time.
That's the one that I'm
All right,
afraid
let's see
of.
Vasher, here we go! Oh no! This has to one hit you. This has to. No! I'm done. Wait, can I do? No! Instant wiped. Oh no! Oh
I'm sure
no!
has won.
Oh no! Okay. All right.
my
Wow,
You
that
know how I
was
thought it was gonna go.
rough, buddy. Okay. Whoo-wee. Okay, so do we? Which two do we do next? Do you two fight or do I fight Christian?
You fight Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you and I fight because that was
I got
pretty
so
intense.
I got completely. We did a test run to see if it worked at your current level, and you did get one shot by him, but at level 100, which is what you would have been with your Pikachu if you finished. So I guess we should say, like, my current team beats your current team, but you quit before you finished. But your potential team owns my team that actually finished the game. Oh my word.
This is straight up if Anakin stayed on the light side.
All right, let's see what happens. This is gonna be a rough time all around. All right, and you've set yours up to be what you're currently at, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm watching.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Did you? Wait, no! You have insomnia? Frick. Okay. Ooh, no, 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 no! Okay, okay. This is bad for me, actually. Alright, let's see what happens here. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected, to be honest. Yeah! Wow. Okay. Alright, let's see what I can do. Yes! That did not do even a fraction as much as I thought it was going to. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Yeah! Yes!
Oh no!
That's right. Suffer.
Now you've gotten a power nap and you're ready to
That's
take
right.
me out.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is a way more interesting.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Swap on. Oh crap, that's not good.
That's right. That's right.
All right. All right. What type is needed? Poison and ground, right?
If you don't know, I'm not telling you.
Oof. Big oof. Man. Okay.
I hate Earthquake.
What'd you say?
I said I hate Earthquake.
Yeah. Billy! It's super effective. Confusion is super effective against poison. Okay. Yeah. Take it. Yeah, I got you. Holy crap. Okay. This is probably not gonna go well. Do I do it anyway? Yeah. Ooh! There we go. There we go. Okay. See, that strategy works a lot better in the main game because you have the Poke Flute. Now I just have to pray. Solar Beam! Oh my gosh!
Yes!
Wiped me out. That was drastic. Alright, well, I know how this is going, so.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. I am, actually. Yep. Yeah. I predicted you'd change, so. I decided.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Alright, two of my
I
Pokemon
was still alive.
Two of my Pokemon are dead. Okay, alright. You're still paralyzed. It's / heaven, baby. What you gonna do? Okay. Ducks. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty feisty right now. She's flying in normal. Okay. I'm just gonna, yeah. We're just gonna write it out.
Oh, I thought he was quicker than that.
Yeah. You can check my speed if you hover over. Look, you can hover over and it kind of tells you what their speed is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, like, your Nidoking says speed 88 to 133, and mine says
97 to 139.
So I'm slightly on average higher, but you don't know exactly where it's at. That's kind of the deal.
I'm
Okay.
wondering if this is showing me what moves you have queued up.
Can you not see it?
I think I can hovering over your Pokemon.
Nice. Like, what does it say for mine? I'm curious.
It shows your slash.
That's what I did last. That's not what I'm doing this
Okay.
time. Because this time I'm doing Fire Blast.
Kablam.
Yes! Yes! Oh no! I hit those water gun.
That did that little damage?
Yeah, because it's a wimpy move.
I'm-
Here. Oh, you're gonna take it. Come on. I got it this time. I haven't even pulled out my big boy yet. This isn't fair, though, because I did pick a fire starter and you picked grass. That is kind of unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Dawn was your true rival all along.
Ooh, done. Hot dog just went down.
Poor hot dog.
Oh no. Alright, I think this is in the bag. Should I pull out my last guy just for funsies or what?
It's up to you.
Oh, just for funsies. Yeah, this is what I do with him. Nice. Okay. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
And now I got some health back.
Let's see how that goes. He's got more health than I thought. Oh my word! Are you gonna bring this out in the end?
Confidence is your weakness. You do see he's level 68, right?
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
The comeback.
No, the comeback is
The
happening.
comeback.
Hot dang.
Oh.
Alright. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I thought I had it in the bag, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay, okay. Ooh. Okay. This probably won't work, but... Dang!
Rip.
No. Worth a shot. Yes! Paralysis! Come on! Yeah! Yeah,
Oh, no,
Brody!
you won't.
Yeah, Brody! From beyond the grave, my boy. Shouldn't have gotten so cocky with that sand slash with the thrasher. Oh man. Oh, thank you. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I don't quite know how this one's gonna pin out. Not good.
Yeah.
He resists fight? What? What?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Yeah, hashtag problems I had fighting those.
Jeez Louise. I guess I'll just try pin miss. I missed. Cool. That's dope.
Yes.
Well, don't worry. Leto will save the day. Yeah, this is donezo. Oh, I was so close too. I got cocky in the end. Wait, I can't hypnotize you. You're burned. What am I thinking? Why am I so stupid?
Ah,
Why am I so stupid?
and that is the end.
Oh no! It's all over. I've lost
It
twice.
was close at least.
How humiliating. Alright, good friggin' go. Alright, so now we gotta watch who wins here. Christian or Austin.
That
Okay.
So,
is the question.
so
Alright, this is where I die.
I don't know, man. You why? Oh yeah, wait, it isn't. Oh my gosh!
Mm,
Because
I
seismic
was
toss
worried
does
with that
equal
high of a
to
level.
yeah the level, right? So it's 100 damage each time.
The level is the only chance I got.
Oh my word.
I am hurt pretty good though. That did not feel good. Don't remember how Thunder does against grass.
Oh no.
I have a feeling it's not very good against grass types.
I don't think it is. That's why I was hoping.
I don't think they have
hoping to get 'em out.
interactions. I don't think it's like weak against or strong against, if I remember correctly. We could pull up a chart somewhere. It exists.
Oh, this is working just fine.
Oh my gosh, Austin's gonna do Pikachu sweep.
If only it sweeped Giovanni.
Do you see what could have happened if you had just held to the faith, Austin?
I don't think I could have survived multiple Pokemon with Earthquakes though.
Maybe.
It was all ground. I don't know if I could have handled a full ground team.
Well, the other guy did. I'm sure you could have.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically possible.
Look at
Did I want to
this.
give up my sanity? No.
Pikachu sweep.
That's a water, right?
Yeah, you can hover over it and see, but yeah. Water, ice. No, that was just water. You didn't get to evolve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one that's terrifying.
What to see?
Please die, please die.
Oh,
no.
Oh!
GG.
Dream Eater.
Oh!
I'm alive!
Yes. But you're still asleep.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes.
Oh!
Ooh.
I'm still asleep. Yeah, it's over. Just eaten alive.
Pikachu! Well,
To the victor goes the spoils.
all right. Dang, that was just brutal. All right, so what did we learn today? Christian has the best
Gen
team.
1,
What else did we learn?
Psychic is OP in Gen 1.
And Austin, I think now feels even more justified for not grinding up that 100% Pikachu because it still wouldn't have gotten him the crown in this stupid battle.
Yeah. It
It's
wouldn't
like,
have been enough, but that's fine because next round in Gen 2, I might have a chance.
Yeah, are you guys? Yeah, I guess whatever, real quick. But spoilers, we're a little bit in Gen 2. You guys pumped to talk about that next time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm pretty.
I already finished the second gym.
Oh man, I'm behind. I need to catch up. I just finished the tower.
I'm near the second gym.
I just finished the tower, so I don't know how far behind I am. Wow, guys, that was really cool. I didn't expect that person to win. Did either of you?
I never would have guessed.
Oh, I knew it all along.
Okay, so I guess I want to hear some final thoughts. Christian, especially since you may have to go quicker. What, just overall, not just the last quarter, but the whole game, the whole experience, and then I want to hear, like, on your Pokemon tier list, where is this bad boy go?
I am definitely glad that we did it. I thoroughly enjoyed the overall experience, no matter how rough the Elite Four were. Definitely hit the nostalgia nerve for me, just because I grew up on like Fire Red and Leaf Green, but being able to play the original was definitely a new. It was almost like a new way of experiencing the nostalgia that I grew up with. So I'm definitely glad we did it. I don't know if I would go back to just like Pokemon Red for a while, but I could see myself revisiting it maybe in another 15 years.
High praise. Okay, so do you have, I don't know how you rank games. Do you do like a letter system? Do you do like a star system? Whatever ranking you would give it, I want to hear out of 10, out of A, B, C, D, that kind of a thing. Where is it for you?
Out of 2 thumbs up, I'll give it 1 thumbs up.
Okay, that's the Christian rating. So, and then
I don't have a very complicated rating scale.
And then if we were to make like a Pokemon tier list, I guess is the only one by itself. So I guess I will ask like an A, B, C, D, F, like tier list, or like, great, like loved it, liked it, okay, bad, hated it. Where's this going on your tier list?
I would say I'd give it a solid B.
Okay. Nice. I'll go next then. Because I realized when I listened to the last, when you edit, you hear all sorts of quirks about yourself, and one of them was that I kept always ending the thoughts, and I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna go in the middle and make Austin end the thoughts.
Are you good?
I
think I may have to hop off.
That's okay. That's why I booked you first.
But thank you for doing this with me, guys, and I'll see you guys later.
Hey, looking forward to Gen 2, right? That's next on the docket.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
Yep.
See you guys in Gen 2. But
See ya.
Austin, I will continue with you real quick. I may even edit out that he's not here and just keep asking Christian questions and edit him in going, I think it'd be funnier.
Yes, almighty.
I think for me, it ended up a strong 3-star, liked it. It was flying higher than that for a while, but I do think the in-game, as I've mentioned for reasons I mentioned earlier, a little bit weaker than the earlier. I think the idea of collecting a bunch of Pokemon is really cool, and then the reality of having to train them up, especially at the end when there's not much to do, let it down a little bit for me. I think the reason I felt that is, like I mentioned before, how I keep testing it is every time we do a setup, I would say, hey, really excited to get on back to it, and this time I was pretty glad to be done. What's up, hon? Okay. But yeah, so so I liked it, but we had the opportunity to go see Mewtwo. One more time? Yeah, absolutely. At some point, sorry. Like I said, I had the opportunity to go fight Mewtwo and decided, not really feeling it. It's neat that that's an option there. That's really the only in-game content I could find. The idea of like training up Pokemon or getting into breeding or any of the stuff like that just seems like awful and no fun at all to me. So I definitely didn't want to get into that part of it, but you know, you get a lot of bang for your buck, especially for like a game that you would have bought, you know, if you could only get one game for your Game Boy. I'm not sure if this is the one, because Zelda is pretty good and there's some Mario, but it's got to be in the top 5 or 10 at least, I would think, of like getting your money's worth, especially back in 1998 or so, is kind of my thought. So I'd land on a solid C. And then Austin, want to round us off with what your thoughts are on it?
It was definitely a highly unique experience for me, and that amps up the game a bit. I might put it in a solid high B, just because of that, because it wasn't what I thought the game was going to be. It pulled the old subverted the expectations on me. I thought, I'll go chosen one strategy. I'm gonna obliterate everything. Maybe some gyms might be a problem, but it's a simple kids game. It's not gonna be that hard. And then the game just decided to flex on me and be like, "You were wrong, kiddo." And I commend the game a lot for that. It will stick out in my mind among some of the other ones for just being very wildly different than how I expected it. Not necessarily in a bad way, a frustrating way, but not in a negative way.
So I'm hearing a little bit of masochistic tendencies is what I'm hearing, at least in your Pokemon enjoyment.
I wouldn't probably go that far, otherwise I probably would have kept trying to beat Giovanni. There's a point where I'm just like, that's enough. But I commend that it was not just a pushover.
Yeah. I think some of the high points of it are that it's got some rough edges, both in the story and the gameplay. Pokemon's become so sanded down that going back to the original and finding a few quirks, some interesting gameplay decisions, and some questionable story choices, I think is what makes Gen 1 stand out as pretty unique. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to head off to Gen 2. I'm at least glad to be done with Gen 1. I guess I'm a little bit nervous at this burnout I'm feeling from Gen 1. I hope it doesn't carry over into Gen 2. I'm hoping it feels like a fresh enough experience that I'm going to start back at that high, and even if it goes low again, my biggest fear, I think, going into Gen 2 is that this I'm kind of feeling about the last game will continue, and that the next gen's going to be too samey, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. Yeah, so I think that was kind of my thoughts about it. Anything else you want to add, Austin, as we're headed off into the next generation of Pokemon?
Yeah, one last little thought that came to my mind. Going through, like, the whole reveal on the final gym being Giovanni felt like a personal villain arc for me, because he was probably the person that I hated fighting every single time he popped up. And then, of course, the final gym battle has to be my worst nightmare. So, in regards to my particular challenge, the theme of him being the final gym battle felt very appropriate in a very angry way.
You know, I hadn't considered that, especially because we were able to bowl over him with our typing, but due to your challenge, yeah, it must have felt like a personal villain arc that he's your white whale now, you know. You gotta, like, if Giovanni ever shows back up, it's like, that's the guy, you know. So. That's pretty.
He's the RE villain that would not die.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he's your stalker, is G-Pong. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. This is, maybe not quite the big climactic end to Gen 1, but I've had a lot of fun, and I'm excited for the Pokemon adventure that lies ahead of us and whatever else we've got. So, I think with that,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reinforcements.
Yeah, geez, yeah, I'm excited to see which two you pick. You haven't decided yet, have you?
That's been up in the air as I'm trying to figure out what Pokemon are where.
I'm excited to find out. Yeah. I guess we'll hear some of that the next episode. Looking forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
God bless.
Sayonara.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.